Hello, I'm Elena and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're here on this channel watching this video, that means you want to improve, you want to become better, you want to be seen, you want your work to have better quality, and you want to be a better leader for your team. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about professional relationships that exist in the workplace. It doesn't really matter if that relationship is with your client, your manager, your coworkers, or just within your team. Building relationships that are based on respect, trust, clarity, and communication are absolutely everything. Really, the worst way that you can shoot yourself in the foot is by not treating people equally. And here, I'm talking specifically about personality. Let me explain what I mean with an example. A thing that happens quite a bit in the workplace is allowing other people to push and guide your work without a proper justification. This is the definition of lack of respect. Just because one person's personality is a little bit more pushier than the rest of the team, they get the preferential treatments. Their projects get the priority, and they're on the road to success. Meanwhile, there are others with a little more shy personality, and they get pushed out of the way. Their projects get overlooked, and they don't really get any recognition. And yes, it's true that getting your projects moving and out of the door does come with some practice, but it's also based on the person's personality and just who they are. So here the important thing is to find that balance between being a pushy person to the point of being rude and being an absolute doormat. Also, don't disrespect yourself, your coworkers, or your team by being pushed around by someone who is a little bit more pushy than the rest of the people that you're working with. It's very much about treating yourself, your priorities, and your work with respect, along with incoming requests from other people. Under this whole huge umbrella of respect, there's another quality, and it's called acceptance of people. I'm sorry to have to tell you bad news, but you can't force someone to grow a personality to work for you. You have to accept the people at their face value. Maybe they can do thing A and thing B for you, but they cannot do thing C. And you need to accept that and account for it in your work. So find someone else who maybe can give you just that thing C, or maybe find some different person who can give you that A, B, and C that you really need. Now let's look at trust. We're all prone to suspicion at times when mistakes happen and timelines get delayed. Even then, it's better to approach people and situations with the mindset that people only want the best for your project. And yes, their idea of what is the best for the project might be completely and 180 degrees opposite of what you think is the best for the project. And that's where communications or negotiations need to take place to come to an agreement. So instead of assuming the worst about people, it's always better for professional relationships and even not professional relationships to assume that that person is coming from the best place, it's their place, whatever they think is the best might be different from yours, but they do want the best outcome. 13 is clarity. As a project manager, it's on you to make sure that you understand the requirements, needs, challenges of the project. And if you don't, then ask for clarification. I honestly cannot begin to describe how much miscommunication and wasted resources happen because people are not clear right off the bat, especially when they're trying to say something in a very non-pushy, flexible way that leaves a lot of room for interpretation. And boy, does that interpretation happen. You're not being extra witty or sneaky, you're being confusing. Just spit it out. And finally, we have communication. I already touched the subject in my previous video where I went over 3 main rules of communication. Here, I'm just going to add that if you're the PM and you feel like the project is going off the rails and just going flying to hell in a handbasket, because, for example, you made mistakes, or you clean up after someone else who made mistakes, you need to let people know. And by people, I mean the stakeholders who are on your project, not the subculture mommy in the middle of the night. Explain the situation to them, explain what's going on. Based on my experience, I can guarantee you that people will be treating you with understanding, and some will even be offering help. Why? Because you're doing a project for these stakeholders, and projects are there to generate value, either financial or otherwise. And the stakeholders who are involved in the project, more often than not, want to see that project succeed. So give them that courtesy of honest communication. And that was my insight into building professional relationships in the workplace that are based on respect, trust, clarity, and communication. Hope it was helpful to you guys. Let me know in the comments below how building professional relationship worked for you guys. Till next time, bye.